Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver has a history lesson for those who would tell players to shut up and dribble. He says in 1963, Bill Russell was MVP, won a title, and stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. There is a through line that exists directly from Russell to our modern players. Kevin?
That's a great story, DA. Thanks. This game will probably be something of a chess match, don't you think, Greg? Both these squads love to run intelligent half-court strategies.
Yeah, you can expect to see some interesting playmaking as these squads try to open each other up and create opportunities to score.
And the Clippers starting five. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for Atlanta, Murray is the shooting guard, Hunter the small forward. Collins and Capella man the post positions. And it's Young in at the point guard. The pass to Leonard. Over Hunter. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Jackson.
How about that pass from Reggie Jackson? Right on the money, folks.
And the Hawks with possession, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Well, what did them in was all the missed free throws. It could have been a much different outcome.
I thought the frustration at the line was evident, and it makes it easy on the defense when you're not capitalizing once they put you at the free throw line.
And here's Jackson, following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Here's Leonard, takes the 12-footer and hits. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, pretty on-point pass there by Reggie Jackson.
And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks.
Gentlemen, if we go back to the summer of 2019, that is the summer where the Clippers got both Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. When they made those moves, everyone expected this to be an NBA Finals team.
Here's Leonard. After the basket by DeAndre Hunter. Jackson lays it up and banks it in.
While he is deliberate, Kawhi Leonard reads the defense and knows when and where to put a pass. That was beautifully done.
Now, here's Collins. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. They did, and thus far for Los Angeles, no finals trips in the last 3 seasons of Leonard and George.
That's exactly right, Kevin. In the bubble playoffs in Orlando, they got close. But then Kawhi got hurt during the 2021 playoffs, and last year, Kawhi out for the entire season. So health has been a critical factor in their failures.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Mann comes in for Leonard. Norman Powell's checked in for George. And John Wall subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Powell. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella's in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
I didn't think that was going to go in.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. And it's the growth of Murray as a distributor has really proved to be a great point guard. There were questions about that early in his career.
Shots good from Young.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Clippers trail by 6. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. And, Greg, you can see it. Murray has really improved his passing.
Has a great sense of the court and spacing. Reads defense as well and can direct his teammates. Could see him being an elite passer in no time.
Atlanta making some changes. Griffin's checked in for Capella. Justin Holiday comes in for Collins. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Murray. And then for Los Angeles, Robert Covington's checked in for Zubac. And it's Luke Kennard in for Norman Powell.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Let's see some of the numbers here for DeJounte Murray. The Hawks leading by 6. Young outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
You know, the range Young has really is unlimited. He just feels comfortable shooting as soon as he crosses half court.
Here's Mann. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside, Wall. 6 on the shot clock. To end the run. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called for here on the out-of-bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get it.
The previous play is under review.
Of new camera angles, much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen, regardless of the call staying the same.
Atlanta making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Hunter. Johnson comes in for Justin Holiday. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Young. The Clippers also changing it up. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for John Wall. Clippers trail by 9. 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. This is a demand. To the inside. Here's Morris. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame and that game. Look out, gentlemen.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And a bucket like that one might be just what they need to cut into this lead.
Now here's Johnson. 14 points from him the last game against Brooklyn.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's Mann. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Morris with a screen on Holiday. Mann passes to Leonard. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Bogdanovic looking around. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And so it's Atlanta going into the break with a 10-point lead, and their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. Right back after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
And a big issue for teams, Greg, this time of year, keeping players healthy for the long haul. Coaches, we're seeing, starting to adjust rotations, keeping an eye on guys' minutes.
And, Kevin, it's such a long season. The teams have to keep the key players fresh. It's not a strategy everyone loves, but it's a necessary concern in today's NBA.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. The guard and off guard, filled by Jackson and Powell. Ivica Zubac is out there with Robert Covington, and it's George in at the small forward position. Young's checked in for Atlanta. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Outside, George, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Atlanta making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Hunter's checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Atlanta leading by 12. AGA, what about these Hawks? They can really be fun to watch.
Yeah, and they just need to be more consistent, Kevin. It seems they can beat anyone on any day. If they can start doing that regularly, we're talking about big things in the future.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, some people call John Collins John the Baptist for how he dunks over defenders. He says, the game is slowing down for me. I'm able to see my spots. I want to continue to build on that and be looked at as a pillar, a guy that can be counted upon. Kevin, it seems he's hungry for more. Back to you.
He's a big-time dunker, that's for sure, looking to reach his full potential. David, thanks.
And some crafty inside play from Young, finding a way around the defense to get his shot.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Coffey's checked in. Young for three. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his six taken on the floor.
You know, after the pick, good job igniting the fast break. Young is a catalyst in so many ways.
George looking over the floor. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Hawks.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
Atlanta making a switch here. Bogdanovic is checked in. Kicks it out to Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the paint, here's Wall. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Wall's got his first bucket in this one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. And after not playing for a season, John Wall back in action, bought out by the Rockets, and he signs with the Clippers. If he can get back to where he was, that's a huge win for the Clippers. Could serve as a deadly third option for LA.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris comes in for John Wall. And it's Luke Kennard in for Reggie Jackson.
And since 1999, the Clippers and the Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena, the only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
Mann's checked in for the Clippers. Atlanta on D. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Leonard. Shoots from 12. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help. And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Capella with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Bogdanovich in Atlanta again with the bucket.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Clippers trail by 12. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. The shot's good. Covington's got his first 2 points of the night.
Since Covington has arrived in the league, he has come such a long way in his overall game. Great interior work there.
And that one drops.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Clippers have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. And the Clippers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And it's Johnson in for Hunter. George double teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Covington passes to Zubac. Here's Powell, drilled from 11 feet out.
Okay, we see the mid-range game of Norman Powell starting to take shape, doing work.
Young from outside. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
And so Powell will bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 13. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Wasted no time on that one. Collins has got 5.
What a look. Young providing the dime. A really unselfish player.
Kennard kicks to George. Zubac the pass to Kennard. Over Young. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down to 11 points with that bucket from Kennard.
Man, Luke Kennard showing the handle in the pick-and-roll game. It's going to be so difficult to cover him with that aspect.
Pass to Collins. The 3. The basket good off the assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists now tonight.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Trae, you've made it look easy so far. How have you been able to pick them apart?
I'm just taking what the defense is giving me. Open driving lanes. They're leaving some of our bigs open, pick and rolls, things like that. We just got to see to do it and try to get to the point.
Make them pick their poison, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Los Angeles Clippers.
When you look at their multiple areas of weakness, for me, it starts with their perimeter defense. Disorganization, chaos, a lot of wide open looks. They have to communicate better and stay connected to the shooters.
And let's focus now on the two opposing guys who were battling in the first half. There were sparks out there.
Well, you look at these two carrying the scoring load, both playing some fantastic basketball in the first half.
We'll see if the imminent halftime coaching adjustments can slow down either guy. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Greg, you played on some gritty teams, and we hear that expression, getting punched in the mouth, and it's not usually literal. But what's that look like on the floor? What's it feel like on the court?
Kevin, you're just out hustling and out muscling the team. At times you'll see it, they've kind of checked out mentally, and I'll tell you what, it is one of the best feelings in sport.
The guard pair, the talented Young and Murray. On-court spots filled by Hunter and Collins. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the Hawks 5.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Now, here's Capella. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Young way outside. It's hauled in by Paul George. First trail by 15.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
Morris against Murray. Shot clock at 6. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. And again, the Clippers good for 2. And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, G8, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
And clearly, Tyronn Lue wants to talk it over. Bogdanovich, who's checked in for the Hawks. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac. Mann comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Powell, he's checked in for George. And John Wall subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Over to the left wing. Young with the steal. Outside, Bogdanovich. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Wall. Averaging 12 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's nice to be able to bring someone with his defensive skill set off the bench.
I think, in fact, to win a championship, you usually need a guy like this on your roster.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Robert Covington's checked in for Batum. And Amir Coffey is subbed in for Terrence Mann. Powell with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Powell.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Atlanta calls timeout. Atlanta making some changes. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Clint Capella. John Collins comes in for Murray. And it's Johnson in for Hunter.
Well, this Hawks team can run into defensive issues. Don't have many perimeter stoppers, and the interior at times can be overwhelmed.
Count that one.
And how about Young being active and getting after it on the glass? This type of play demonstrates leadership.
The pass to Morris. And Leonard has it in the corner. Wall looking for an opening. Oh, that's blocked. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Amir Coffey comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Jackson in for John Wall. Leonard, no luck. And for Atlanta, Greg, on-ball defense can be a problem.
The team knows it's their weak spot. Have solid post defenders, great offense, but they'll be limited until they figure it out defensively.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. We've heard about player tracking on the court, but now shot tracking is helping players refine their strokes. It measures not just makes or misses, but the arc and the depth and the left to right direction of shots. These systems provide instant feedback to shooters and help them find the bottom of the net. Kevin, back to you.
Sign me up. That is a fascinating story. David, thank you. Young way outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Clippers trail by 15. Outside Jackson. Puts it up from 12. Rebound Atlanta. Collins with it. Leonard picks him up. With the shot. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Passes it to Boston. 6 to shoot. Pass to Zubac. Kicks to Leonard. Shoots over Johnson. And that one's good. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Collins finds Young. Back to Collins. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Clippers trail by 15. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. We've got Wall. Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George, and it's Mann in at the 2-guard spot. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
Clippers substitution. Norman Powell.
Morris outside, shot clock at 5, and there's the defensive 3-second call. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they move the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
Powell kicks to Batum. It's good.
Wow, pretty pass from Powell. This guy has great instincts as a scorer. That time sets up his teammate.
The Hawks leading by 12. From the arc. And it's Murray. That time on the assist from Capella.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Pass to Powell. Clock at 6. Wide open. And that one hits back iron.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
Here's Capella. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Capella's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Clippers trail by 18. And the Clippers call time here. Doris, it's been great to see the Clippers rise to prominence over the last 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was an organization that spent years in futility, but you have to admire the transformation that has led to consistent success. They used to be a franchise that made the playoffs maybe once in a decade. Now you expect them to contend in the West.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. John Collins comes in for Okongwu, and Hunter subbed in for Griffin. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Now George. Outside for Jackson. 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, over the years, Reggie Jackson's improvement as a range shooter has really unlocked his game.
Collins finds Murray. Over George. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Ah, that's a pretty bounce pass. Nice.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. 17-point game. Now the pass to Zubats. Outside for Jackson. Back to Zubats. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Reggie Jackson.
Jackson's got 4 assists in the game. And here's Young from the arc. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
George passes to Zubats. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And here's Leonard from 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, I just had a feeling Kawhi Leonard would respond with a 3 of his own. Beautiful.
And a deep three from Murray. Offensive rebound. Hunter uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Hawks lead by 17.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for DeJounte Murray. So, for the Clippers, 1:30 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hawks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Leonard, he's checked in for Terrence Mann. Luke Kennard comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Jackson in for John Wall. Hunter for 3. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
First free throw is good. And with the 15th pick in the 2011 draft, Kawhi Leonard wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or college.
Listen, even in the pros, recognition took a while. How about this? He won Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before he ever made an All-Star team. Now, one of the 75 greatest.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Atlanta calls timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they carry out their game plan, they should be golden.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
I think one thing you love about Kawhi Leonard, this guy never gets too high, never gets too low, but he is the ultimate competitor because he competes at the highest level regardless of the situation.
A 3 off the inbound. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Bogdanovich, his second. Team's 4th.
That free throw, good from Kennard.
Obviously, Luke Kennard, a guy known for his shooting ability. The southpaw, capable of stretching the floor and doing major damage from downtown.
16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Powell against Hunter. From deep. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Trae, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight, so how satisfying was this win?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great getting a win. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against, and that's all I care about.
Well, you all certainly did what you had to get this win, man. Congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.